Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Keith with Positively Osceola. So glad that you would take the time to join us today in another one of our In the Loop live broadcasts. And super excited today. We do certainly often kind of not brag, but certainly show how grateful we are that we get the quality of guests that we get on Positively Osceola's In the Loop and all of our other shows. Today certainly is one of those days, and we're excited because we get to speak today to a person that's right in the middle of stuff going on in St. Cloud, and this is Antranette Forbes. She is the Economic Development and Special Projects Manager with the City of St. Cloud. Let's say hello to Antranette Forbes. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good afternoon.
So it's a little warm, just a little.
To say the least.
Seems strange to even point it out, doesn't it?
This heat is oppressive, is what it is.
It is. But, you know, it's August 1, and if we were in the 60s, it would be quite odd.
Yes. Yeah.
So we'll do that. So how was St. Cloud doing today?
St. Cloud is busy. I don't know if you've noticed downtown, but there's a lot of activity happening. So we're very busy in a good way.
That is a good thing. Yeah, we were just down the other day, and it is literally it is a very, very busy downtown. The whole city, certainly the county as well. But we got some people popping on right now. Is it okay if we kind of make this official?
Yeah, bring them in.
Let's do it. Here we go. Well, again, we are with Antranette Forbes, and she is the Economic Development and Special Projects Manager with the City of St. Cloud. And so thank you. I know you're super busy. As we pointed out, lots of things going on in the City of St. Cloud. So thank you so much to take the time today to spend a few minutes with us. So sizable announcement this morning on the economic side for businesses downtown. I'm going to kind of be quiet and then just ask you to explain what that announcement was today, please.
Sure. So the announcement today is that the City of St. Cloud has launched a new grant program. That program will offer up to $1,000 per business for businesses located in the entertainment district. You know, we realize that a lot of the construction that has happened has really caused somewhat of a burden to our businesses and them having access to their clients. And we want to make sure that business continues as much as usual. As much as possible. And so we launched our downtown business assistance program under our COVID relief plan in order to really help our businesses market to their clientele.
And so, you know, I was talking I've had a chance the last week or so really to spend, you know, we try to get downtown as much as we can. I mean, I think most people believe the same, which is, in any, you know, positively growing community, whether that be, in this case, the county and the cities, the downtown area is hugely important to the success of a downtown. You know that far more than I do. And so we've had a chance the last week or so just to speak to businesses. I think everybody, the people that we spoke to certainly were, we're looking forward to having this completed. It's going to take a while to have that happen. There's no way to get through these kind of things without some kind of disruption in business or flow of just how you get through the St. Cloud area. But I do hear people say, as uncomfortable as this is right now, we know it's for the greater good. It is just a difficult challenge because the humans on the planet Earth have not always got the greatest amount of, including me sometimes, not the greatest amount of patience. So we're like, oh my gosh, little bit of traffic flow change. I'm not going to investigate that right now. So I'm hearing people be positive about it, but certainly, they're looking forward to the end of that development.
Well, of course, and you and me both. Your downtown is the heart of any city because it really serves as an economic incubator for the entire region. That's where your small businesses are. That's where most of your foot traffic happens.
Sure.
And so that's why we want to invest back into the downtown with the downtown revitalization project on Penn Ave. So we hope for it to be completed at the end of October based on weather permitting.
Right.
But during that time, we recognize that, like you said, it's those growing pains. You want something, but you have to go through a little bit of work to get it. And so we recognize that businesses, they've had enough struggle during COVID trying to make sure that, not just they stay open, but they're able to retain staff, they're able to retain their employees. So we thought, how can we help? And our city council really led that initiative to charge us as staff to figure out what can you do to help our downtown businesses. So when we did this program, we really had that entire entertainment district in mind.
And so let's talk about that a little bit. I know we were saying earlier before we started that sometimes that can be a little bit confusing of who is and who's not in the entertainment district. I've got a map that you provided.
Mhm.
I can pop that on if you'd like right now.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. So this is the entertainment district in downtown St. Cloud.
That's right. The pink area represents the entertainment district. So, casually speaking, as you see, there's some jagged edges there, but for the most part, you see it goes all the way from 13th Street or 192 to parts north of 9th Street. It also encompasses the other side of Florida Avenue, as well as on the other side of Massachusetts. So it encompasses a huge part of our
Right.
downtown. Now, our one caveat, of course, is home-based businesses, unfortunately, are not eligible to participate in the program. It has to be a brick and mortar business in our entertainment district.
And let me pop on real quick. So if they have more questions, let me get that up for you real quick. If I could, that'll help out people a little bit if they have more questions about that.
Sure.
All right. So is there anything else that, what's for people who just are not sure how to move forward? I think sometimes that's where grant applications can catch businesses. So what's the first step you ask these businesses to do?
So the first step is to fill out the application. We've
Okay.
tried to make it as simplistic as possible and require very little backup to go with that application. You simply need to fill out the application, which is only about 2 pages, include a copy of your business tax receipt, and that's it. We will take it from there. I do want to make sure I mention, though, the grants are on a first come, first serve basis, and the deadline to complete an application is September 15th. That's in order for us to do a turnaround time, which includes the vetting and evaluation process and get checks out to them before the end of our fiscal year. So I just want to make sure I'm very clear that September 15th is that cutoff or until the funds are completely expended.
Yeah, I think this is a good place to really encourage folks on that. You're giving very clear information, certainly enough time to get things going. I think it's one thing a lot of businesses realized when COVID pandemic really hit and assistance was being provided. Um, those end dates are great to target mentally, but getting right on top of this is super important because funds can be depleted, and then you're missing out on a great help. So what are those? So are there any restrictions on those funds? What they're used for?
So
We've had. Go ahead.
they're supposed to be used for marketing.
Okay.
That is the end game of it. Now, how the business decides to use it on marketing is completely up to them.
Of course.
So it's anything from flyers to creation of a website, or even a street team, to kind of hand out business cards or whatever. However they would like to use for marketing is completely up to them.
That's something else that I know a number of us and this number of in Osceola County, a number of small businesses. We are a small business. Um, what we really saw in the earlier portions of the COVID pandemic, the first thing, of course, that people are going to cut back on is an advertising budget, a marketing budget,
Mm-hmm.
because that just seems like you can, well, we'll get by, we'll jump back into that when it's possible to do that. But all too often, that is the one area you don't want to cut, if at all possible. Letting people know what your messaging is, letting people know what things have changed. So great idea from the city of St. Cloud to make this happen in a time coming into the fall when people are a bit distracted. Certainly a great time to let people know about your businesses. So anything else that you really feel that you want to make sure the community hears about?
Well, I really want to be clear that the City of St. Cloud stands for our local businesses. It was always our intention to offer some sort of support to our businesses post-COVID. And in fact, when the City Council adopted our economic and stimulus plan for the COVID-19 for our businesses, we ensured that we allocated funds both for the during and the aftermath of COVID. And this is one of those such situations. So, in fact, we were so invested in our local businesses that we distributed over $350,000 to our local businesses. It was over 70, I think about 77 businesses that received funds from us. And we haven't stopped since then. We've provided technical assistance as well to help businesses learn how to pivot their operations and reduce costs during this time. And so now we are on what we call the back end or the post recovery period, which is okay, our businesses have shown how resilient they are, how they are able to withstand even something like a global pandemic. And we want to get them back on their feet. And that's where the marketing comes in. So we really like to help our businesses and give them just a little bit of funding to do so.
So if I'm correct, is it, so this is funded, so these marketing grants are funded from the downtown, through the city's COVID-19 economic recovery and stimulus plan budget. And is that also funded through the OUC Business Development Fund? Is that what it is?
That's correct.
Okay. So, great opportunity. Again, great opportunity for small businesses. Highly encouraging, obviously, for people to get moving quick on it. Certainly, a 2 or 3 page application is doable for people. It just is. I get it. Sometimes it's that, well, I can't do it on a Monday because Monday's a crazy day as a business person. And before you know it, you've said that for 4 weeks. Just get on top of it early.
Right. I can tell you the application should take easily 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where it's at. So now let's talk about post-construction downtown St. Cloud. I've got to say it. I've lived here, and you and I have talked about this before. I've lived here for over 3 decades.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen the downtown look as promising as it looks now. So as you look forward, as you look forward past this development, what do you see the downtown area looking like? How do you see this hustle and bustle area finally making its way into the downtown area? So why don't you give us a little bit of a peek, if you could, kind of a vision guess of what we're going to be looking at in St. Cloud?
Well, sure. I can see our downtown being what I call a more livable space where not just small businesses are there, but we also have more offices here as well. Some of the smaller, what's called Tier B businesses, which is more of your, accountants and medical offices and such. But I also see us adding more connectivity to our lakefront. So as you know, the city intends to create a multi-use trail using Florida Avenue from the lakefront to the downtown. That'll be a great segue for tourism and visitors who are looking to visit our historic lakefront and also connect to our seaplane base, which of course we have a designated seaplane base at our lakefront. So I see in the end or in the near future, there being just a complete connectivity for people, not just to work here, not just to shop here, but really live and encompass downtown as really part of their community, part of their family.
So I'm going to give you a little quick encouragement and testimonial. So I had a chance to speak to a small business owner,
Mm-hmm.
and him and his wife are both business people, and they live and work more towards the Lake Nona area. And so we talked about that for a little while, and certainly that's a positive area, growing quickly, still growing like crazy over there. But the testimonial to you is they are relocating into the St. Cloud area.
Well,
They
awesome.
told this is, I mean, just like this is recent, and they said they just love the direction of the city of St. Cloud. They really love spending time in downtown St. Cloud. They just appreciate the feel of the lifestyle. And that's not something you would always have heard maybe 10 years ago. And not that it was a bad thing, because we've always loved St. Cloud, but it certainly has moved in a direction where people like the couple I'm speaking of, they are making those life choices. It's got to be encouraging to you.
Absolutely. Our downtown has character, and I think that's what distinguishes it from a lot of other communities.
Agreed.
When you go here, when you come here, you feel like a part of a young old Florida, if there's that's such a saying. So you get great pieces of um, these new eclectic shops that have started to sprout up, but you also still feel like you're part of the old country as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very careful mix that we really tried to achieve.
Yeah, not an easy blend, but you're pulling it off if you're hearing testimonials like this. So one more time, why don't we go ahead and we'll close it out, but give us one more time the real quick overview of what this small business marketing grant is. I'm going to put that graphic back. I mean, I'll put on the link so people can take a look.
Perfect. So, in a nutshell, the City of St. Cloud is offering grants up to $1,000 per business. It must be a brick and mortar, not home based, for marketing purposes. The grants will be available up until September 16th. We are accepting applications on a first come, first served basis. So please, please, please apply today.
Great information. Great encouragement for small businesses. I know that makes a big difference to folks. And so we thank you for stopping in the middle of your day and letting people know about this great opportunity. We're certainly going to encourage people and keep pushing out that information in all your messaging to make sure we remind people that this is an important thing. And like you said, 10-minute application, pretty much a 10-minute application is worth taking the time to do. Agreed?
Agreed.
Awesome. Well, again, we really appreciate you stopping in today and just letting people know this good news. Great way to start off the Monday, I'm thinking.
Free money is always a great way to start off any Monday.
Every day would be fine as well. But again, we really appreciate you. Certainly, Antranette Forbes, Economic Development and Special Projects Manager with the City of St. Cloud. We thank you for your time and joining us today on In the Loop.
Thank you.
Again, this is Keith with Positively Osceola, along with Antranette Forbes, City of St. Cloud, together making a positive difference in and around Osceola County. Take care.